you want me to explain or just click through?
Yeah, why don't you explain as you're clicking through?
Okay, so this is the main screen that you would use when you're normally running, and you've got various different cycles that you can pick. You've got one here that you can use for draining kegs that have a little bit of beer left in them, or there's several other ways that you can deal with that. And then these are your switches to turn on and off your pumps and your heaters. This is showing your sanitizer temperature, and the green on means that it's heating right now. And then this is your wash temperature. Down here it'll show what cycle it's in and how much time is left on the cycle. And then these over here are just showing which air valves are activated throughout various different points in the cycle. So that's the screen that you just saw when we ran through. And then this is a setup screen that allows you to change your temperatures and your dead bands on and your upper limits on your temperatures. And it's got a place where you can reset your cycles back to the default times. If you if you've been changing times and you think I've got something messed up, you can just reset it back. This is a screen where you can set the first 8 steps of the cycle that you saw it run through. So any of these times can be set to any point that you want to change them to. If you want to change one, you just pick it. It pops up the screen. It tells you what it currently is, and then you can put in whatever you want. The minimum is 1 and the maximum is 99 or 999. So, and then the next screen is the second half of the cycle, so 9 through 16. Again, you can change any of those times that you want. You can change these cycles while it's in the middle of a cycle if you decide you want to. When you're done changing the time, you just have to hit that accept changes, and then it'll take place on the next set of cycles. This is a screen that's mainly used for testing, troubleshooting if you have any issues. But there is one button on here that's kind of useful, and that's a pause button. You can pause the program anywhere in the cycle if you want to. So if you have some kegs that you think are exceptionally dirty and you want to just leave it washing for a longer time, rather than change your wash cycle time, you could just let it get to the wash cycle, come into this screen, hit pause, and then it'll stay at that point until you take it off of pause. And when you take it off of pause, it'll continue on through the rest of the steps to the end of the cycle. And then there's some other things on here as well, that are mostly for troubleshooting. And then here's a screen that shows the counts. The resettable one is resettable, as it says. The other one is just how many you've washed total. And then you've got some help screens here that just give some basic information. This is just basic operation. If you have a new employee that's going to be running this gives them just the very basic steps, the most basic things that you need to know. And then the rest of the help screens are just helpful information that we wanted to make sure that was accessible, even though it's also in the manuals. Another third help screen and the fourth one. And that's pretty much all of the screens. This is the screen that you would normally use when you're running.